They lead Anakie 1-5-11 at quarter time. And we can just hear Craig Hoffman at the break saying that players have to be accountable. And obviously a couple of silly free kicks in that first term, boys, where he wouldn't have been too happy.
Yeah, well, I think he was must have been talking about the kicks. Thanks, Jason.
Just so we can hear you, that's all.
About the kicks down the back half of the Anakie setup, where it did cost him a couple of goals, and I think he might have been involved in one of them too. And he's been involved in a turnover, but he's had plenty of the ball, and he's trying to lead by example, and he's getting underneath the pack. So hopefully things can turn a bit for him, and they can get a run on and cut out the silly free kicks.
Well, it's the start of the second term here. Tate once again in the ruck against Sean Stewart. The umpire throws the footy up, and Stewart gets it down to the side of the pack now. Joseph runs through, breaks a couple of packs and goes to the right boot. Just gets slung as he gets his kick away. Goes to Johnson, has to get back on the right boot, does well. Handball in the end of Tate. And the big man from the middle goes long with the left foot towards the forward pocket. Bissett over the back of Mark, taps it back intelligently to Gavin. Gavin kicks and misses for one behind. So he's second as well.
Man in the back line again. I thought they might have just done it for the first quarter with the breeze, thinking the breeze was going down the ground, but they're playing a loose man in back line again. Releases Buffer Jolly down there at half back.
So it's the first score on the board for the second term. 1-6-12 Anakie, Werribee 4-4-28. And a good kick out too, towards the middle. Gray can't take the mark. Over the back of the pack, Tate gets away. Quick left foot kick, good. And running onto it, Walters, can he? He kicks it on intelligently to Gavin, who's got a bit of time now. Phil Gavin has to finish it off and doesn't. No. Well, he's third behind, second in a row. And they're the ones that have to take ball.
Yes, for sure. That was good play there by Was. Just trying to pick the ball up, seeing Gavin out there and just give it a little toe poke, as you'd say, out to him and open him up with some space. And being a rover, forward pocket, more of a forward pocket, he should have capitalised on that and kicked the goal.
Yeah, he had plenty of time.
So the kick in again to come from Kennedy.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah, straight down the middle towards Gray again. Kochevakin, Joseph up, nowhere near it. Stewart Roves, the big man. Handball to Kelbert, good pick up, and he can run away. He's on centre wing, goes with the left boot towards centre half forward. From behind was Ryan, and in front was Musara. Pack develops, the umpire lets it go. Coming in was Kelbert, quick kick by Stewart. Goes towards Cunningham. Handball to Edgar, has to sit for him. He has to get through a couple. He can't do so. He loses the footy. It's still there though. Velicia's got it. He was going to go with the kick and then just got tackled. Coming through and taking it was Bromley, and he's still there. Kicks into the man. That's Slavinkas. Skinner off the ground, goes towards Tate. They're away if he can get it to Joseph. He should give it to Joseph. Well, he runs away. He's got Morley on him. He goes to the left boot towards
Gray on him there, just behind him.
centre half forward. So he goes towards there now, and it's going to be a ball up. As I take the bat phone for a minute. You better take over, Gus.
Yo. Yeah, well, we'll just commentate as not as authoritative as you, Jason. Some upright work there, going through centre half back for Werribee. Yeah. Well, nice. Werribee comes straight out, kicking long ball. They're just kicking direct down the ground.
They're playing the corridor this quarter, aren't they?
Yep. Young Calvert there, he's on his left boot, and he's kicked it into a group of Anakie players.
Yep. What's Thompson?
That's Dabrowski, wasn't it?
Dabrowski getting under a bit of pressure there.
Righto.
Actually, I think he's down a bit on young Simon Calvert at the moment. Calvert's having the better of him.
For sure.
As Jason grabs his microphone back and releases attention off Bull himself.
Well, Hoffman's got the footy. It was a good kick too, because he found Gillett. Don't worry, boys. You'll be doing this when I leave, so don't worry. You'll be taking over. Gillett goes long towards half forward. Good kick too. Bissett uses the body again. They're going to miss him for a couple of weeks if he's got to go over that arthroscope. He goes long now towards Pedretti, who uses the body. He can't take the mark, and the Centrals have got the numbers at the front of the pack, and they're going to be able to break away. It's Hallam, goes into the middle. Tate there, can't take the mark. Needs a second effort, needs some support. He does well. He can't pick it up though, the big man. He's got some support though. Bromley gets it to Hoffman. He goes further afield to Gillett, who's seen plenty of the footy as well. Goes long towards that pocket again. Bissett uses the body and the strength again. Gus?
I just look at the set half back there. Look, just in case it's a turner, 4 Anakie blokes standing within 5 metres of each other without any of it pushing across to a flank, up a bit or back a bit. Rather, they all stand there maybe having a conference of what I don't know. But they were all within close proximity to each other. And if Darryl never took that mark and the ball was turned over, they were flat-footed.
Go straight back over their head.
Straight over their head. And I think he's kicked that.
Oh, no, don't tell me.
Yep.
Oh.
There he is. Oh, he's telling them about it too.
He can do amazing things, the heap.
Yeah, well, that's what we spoke about in the first quarter. You get it to him, the one-on-one contest, and there's not many players around to beat him like that. They're sort of working on the thing of getting the ball to the ground and running it away and coming back through the corridor, as Gus just said. But with that staggered, the Anakie bloke's got to be staggered across that half-back line.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning,
yeah.
Push one out each side, one up forward and one back, rather than all stand together.
So once it clears over there, they're gone. They're out of the contest.
Well, it's back in the middle. It's 2-7 playing 4-4. Joseph through the middle again. Short little kick towards half forward. Good pick up by Cummins. Tate straight through the middle. Should give it a little toe poke. Tried to, but pushed off the footy. Walters does. Only as far as Roland Beck, though. And he's going to be able to break away at half back. Measure the pass towards Luddick. Green on him as well. Green does well. Good defensive work by Kevin Green. And he punched it over the boundary line.
Worked himself in front of Luke and just got the fist to the ball and put it out the bounds there.
Yeah, he's got a good turn of pace, though, Kevin Green. A very quick athlete. He was an athlete as a younger player, so he used that to good ability then. Well,
Stewart got it to Skinner, who got it on towards Kennedy. He tapped it on. Morley. Now Hoffman again. He got Joseph in the middle. Goes the other way to Morefoot. He has to get a kick away. Slung. Just gets a short little kick. Morley. Handball back to Hawks. And now he goes with the left boot towards the middle. Joseph puts a hand up, can't take the mark. Musara can't pick it up. Joseph back in there. Good pick up, good hands towards Bromley. And he's got support. Ryan, he runs off, goes towards half forward. And out there, can he take a mark? Yes, he can. Pedretti, and he takes it at half forward.
Good hard work by Juddy there. His second effort was real good, even when he got the handball out.
Oh, super kick by Pedretti on the left to Johnson. Oh, turned around. Great kick. And gives it to Matthew Johnson about 30 metres out directly in front.
I think they're winning the ball out of the centre here too. Tuddy seems to be following up his workload, and you've seen him push down to the half-forward line a couple of times there, just keeping the ball moving, not getting a kick, but he's keeping it going Anakie's way.
Johnson uses the breeze nicely and puts it straight through the middle for his first goal, and the third for Anakie. They're 3-7-25. It's been a good start by the Roos in this second term, where he'll be 4-4-28.
Yeah, by pushing forward there, Tatey's taken the thoughts out of Sean Stewart's mind. Will I fire him? Will I hang back? All of a sudden, he's had a couple of possessions. All of a sudden, he's taken their ruckman down to centre, to the Anakie centre forward. Takes a kicking option from down the other end of the ground for the Werribee side when they push forward.
Yeah.
So he's taking him there with him.
Yep.
So a good start to this second term. We've been playing 6.5 minutes, and Anakie have got a couple of goals on the board to bridge the gap to 3 points. The Central's in front by that margin. And it's starting to rain once again here at Anakie Reserve.
Monsoonal weather coming in.
Monsoonal weather. Must be El Nino, is it? Back in the middle. Tate gets it down. Pushed on by Hawks. Bromley. Handball quickly to Joseph.
This Blake's playing too.
Can he break away? Yes, he can. He goes with the right boot towards half forward. Good kick too.
Kick.
And finds Cummins. He's got Walters running past. He elects to go back though. He's got Tate at centre half forward. And now he goes short, and it's okay to Gillett. And the big man, who's seen plenty of the footy this afternoon already, will have a shot for goal from about 40 metres out.
Yeah, Hoffy must have listened to the video at quarter time, because we talked about Hoddy and Heap, and they've been through them 3 times this quarter and have kicked 2 goals. So, yeah, it's just interesting to see they're starting to maybe change their game plan a little bit and maybe just thinking a bit smarter, I think.
Well, Gillett's gone short to Gavin, and Phil would like to put a goal on the board after 3 straight behinds, a couple in this term.
Usually a good kick for goal too, Phil. On
no, that's it. Well, you've put them odds on him. Well done. He'll probably miss this now.
Yeah, he kicks a few goals, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He comes in, and it's pretty close. He's mozzed him again. Well done, Paul. Good work.
Well, obviously, it was mozzing him to hope he'd kick it on.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he mozzed him the wrong way.
Well, it's Anakie 3-8-26, Werribee 4-4-28. 2 points the difference.
We thought it might have been a goal, mate, with the umpires.
Gus talking to his fans again. Short little kick. Edgar to Hawks. It's okay, and the Centrals get out of the fence, go towards the middle. Slavinkas can't take it with him. Joseph can, and he's doing extremely well for the Roos at the moment. Goes towards centre half forward again. Pedretti in the middle of the pack, can't take it. And at the front, Valisha runs away for the Centrals across half back. Got no support, has to get around Johnson. He takes him on, takes 2 bounces. Then he wants to get back. He hasn't got much to kick to. Little left foot kick towards Hawks is all right. And it was good play there. He just stood up, gives it back to Kennedy. Short little kick across the wing. Skinner. Handball quickly to the big man Stewart. He goes with a wobbly left foot punt towards full forward, and more pushed Cunningham.
He's lucky not to get a 50 there. He had the ball in his hands and threw it on the ground. Yeah. Yep, very lucky not to get 50.
And it's going to be a free kick to Mick Cunningham, straight in front of goal, about 25 metres out. Chris Moore with a push in the back.
Can't complain about that one. He had the hands in the middle of the back, then put the hands up. You give yourself a chance if you got your hands in the air and just shoving them forward, but not when you got two hands in the middle of his back, then put them up.
Yep, that's true.
Well, Cunningham now comes in. Oh, he just sets up in the breeze too. But he's got it, and it's Cunningham's second. And a quick reply for Werribee. They're 5-4-34. They lead Anakie 3-8-26.
Probably not what Anakie needed. They've kicked the first 2 goals of this quarter. They've been pushing forward. They've had 90% of the play, and they pushed forward 1 free kick and cost the goal.
Yep.
So we've been playing 10 minutes in this second quarter. And it's Werribee with an 8-point lead. They're 5-4-3-8. And Cunningham and Bissett, the major goal kickers for both sides at the moment, with 2 each. Back in the middle, Tate and Stewart to do the ruck work once again. Morfoot, Hoffman, and also Ryan in the middle for Anakie. Felicia, Edgar and Hawks for Werribee. It's up now. Stewart, Tate gets it down towards Green and also Ryan. Ryan's there again, just taps it on towards centre half forward. Walters leaves it behind. Kick on by Kennedy towards Gillett. Good pick up by the big man too. Does well. Good evasive skills. Gives it to Hoffman at half forward. Needs a lead from somewhere. Then he was going to go with a kick. Now he does. Short little kick. And has it been marked? Yep. And I think that might be Gavin as he gets up. Who better pass it, I think.
Yeah, well, I think he's probably a bit far out to score the goal anyway, Jason, to make the distance, so he'd be looking for a short pass here somewhere. Good work by Hoddy Gillett. He evaded one bloke, picked the best option he had. He had a couple too, and he's picked Hoffy that's had plenty of time to set himself up and deliver the ball properly, which they've done.
He opened it right up there, didn't he, when he stepped around the fella and just he could have tried to kick the ball around his body or anything, but he just picked the right option.
Yep.
Well, Gavin now, he's kicked 4 behinds today. Yeah, too far to score. In front, Gray can't take the mark. Bissett played for the free kick, didn't get it. Looked at the umpy and said, "Why not?" Edgar on hands and knees.
Older,
yeah, is that what it is?
As soon as you're in the contest, you know you're in the contest. You try for a free kick. You know you're not going to have a second effort.
You throw the hands out.
Well, yet to get to that stage, but I just can see what's going to happen.
Well, it's thrown in front of the pack, and Bissett's got it again. Goes towards Gillett. Handball back towards Morfoot and Hawks. Morfoot's got it on the left boot. Screws it around. I think it might have gone through.
I don't know.
It's a pretty good kick, I think.
Back to the centre.
Oh.
No, the umpire was right underneath it.
Geez, he sprinted quicker than them blokes that sprint 100 metres at the Olympics after he kicked that. He's running back to the centre.
You do see that though, Gus, don't you? If they kick a goal,
I think
they can be dead on their feet.
It's a convincing goal umpire.
So it's Anakie 3-9-27, Werribee 5-4-34. Beaumont's Pies and Cakes second quarter scoreboard. The kick in once again by Kennedy. Good one too towards Stewart. The big man puts his arms up, can't take the mark, but he's got some rovers in support. That was Kennedy. But there's Jolly, there's that loose man across half back for Anakie. And he takes an uncontested mark. He's got...
come this way to Tate.
Yeah, he got Tate against Skinner, but he elects to go the outer side. It's okay. Taking the mark, Ryan. And good kick too to Joseph. Made a bit of space for himself. Kelbert gets back on the mark, but Joseph runs off. Was going to go with the left, now goes the right. No. Poor kick in the end, Morley. And Morley chops it off. Plays on now. Goes with the left boot towards Cunningham. Moore coming across Jolly as well. To the front of the pack. Kelbert runs onto it at pace. Can't pick it up though. And now the umpire will come in and bounce the ball, will he? Yes, he does.
Under the right.
And now he's about 45 metres out from goal. Big Pack gets up.
We better call for security, I think, John.
I think so.
Just call for his mother.
I was going to say, unfortunately, his father's playing.
Call for his mother.
Call for his mother. Cunningham goes up. Jolly at the back of the pack. Hawks against him. Close to the boundary line. He just wants to see it over, and he does so.
Well, you'd know, Bull. Do they listen to the commentary inside there? Are you there, Deb?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for the central side. They lead 5-4-34. Anakie 3-9-27. And Cunningham and Moore to do the ruck work for the respective sides. Can be thrown in. Cunningham, not doing it now just because you asked me. Felicia has got it. Good hands. Gives it back to the big man Stewart. Left foot, quick kick towards full forward. Jolly and also Wald and Bromley. They could have raffled it.
Just rushed his last couple of kicks going into the forward line, Stuart. He seems to put himself under a bit too much pressure.
Oh, Bromley. Wide kick. He's hit a car.
I think his girlfriend's sitting out there the way he pointed that one out there. And the low trajectory he kicked it, he might be blueing with it too.
I'll never forget, I was watching, it's nothing to do with footy. I was watching the golf one day. Guy's teed off. He's hit it 240 metres and smacked someone in a 300-strong crowd. Happened to be his missus. Dropped it like it's gone.
Well, Calvert got the footy towards half forward. Dabrowski goes through and he sees it close to the boundary line. And it is out now. It's about 45 metres around from Central's goal. They're 5-4-34. They lead Anakie 3-9-27. And if they had a kick straight pull, they could have the lead, I think, the Roos.
Yeah, well, they started the quarter very well. And it was just that turnaround when Phil Gavin missed the goal and they brought it back down here after the kick-off, got the free kick there and they've kicked the goal and just skipped away that little bit where the Anakie could have been in front.
Tate gets it down towards Shane Friday. And it's bottled up at half forward. Umpire lets it go and then he'll come in. What's now? We've seen Shane Friday. What's happened to Darren Friday? He had a great season last year.
Yeah, well, it's strange there with Darren. I think he's started his own business or something.
Oh, okay.
And, just flat out with his work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that comes first, I suppose. They're not playing for 80 and 90,000 a year, are they? So they.
Well, not since you've left anyway. Goes out close to the boundary line. Dabrowski again. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Couple of Centurions against him. One of them's Morley. Gets a kick away towards Cunningham. Traps it and then loses it. Kick off the ground. Goes towards Stewart, who runs back at pace. Cummins has got it though. Breaks a couple of tackles. Gets a left foot kick around the corner towards centre wing. Oh, pushed off the footy was Walters. No free kick. And Hallam breaks a tackle. Runs through the middle. Goes to the right boot towards centre half forward. Jolly's there. Can't take it. Moore and Cunningham. Falls back now to Jolly. He's got a bit of time. Goes wide towards Ryan, who will also have a bit of time if he can pick it up before Musara and Calvert gets there. He does well. Breaks away. Handball over the top to Dabrowski. Goes towards the Walters again, and this time he'll get it.
It was should have had the first one, I think.
Yeah.
Looking at it from here, I know we're a long way away, but looking at it, he should have had the first one. And obviously, the player he was playing on thought he got away with the first time. He'll do it the second, and he didn't.
Well, Walters goes towards Joseph at half forward, but Beck kicks it dangerously across half back, but it's okay. Just waited nicely to Valisha. And he runs nearly into the umpire, kicks it away, goes towards Johnson, and also Skinner. Johnson does well, stands in the tackle, gets his kick away towards half forward. Gavin can't take the mark over the taller Kennedy, and handball back towards Beck. Got a bit of time now, Roland Beck to handball it back to Hallam. One step kick off the left to Edgar, falls over the top nicely towards Kennedy. And now Kennedy takes a bounce, runs through centre half forward, goes long 2-on-1. Luddick, Jolly taps it over the top. Good punch, good fist, and Green will set through for a rush behind. So it's 5-5-35 Werribee Centrals and Anakie 3-9-27. Sorry? Oh, at the 19.5-minute mark of the second term. Good on you, Rovier. Jolly to do the kicking on this occasion. Comes commentary box side towards Tate and Stewart. And Stewart was just able to stand on the right side of where the wind was going and the ball, and was able to take the mark.
Yeah, I think if you're going to come out there, you're going to have to come reasonably short and not long.
Yeah.
Well, the ball's in the air. It gives players the opposition time to get over and make a contest of it, which we've seen there, and it's pushed to the inside. Stewart's taken the mark.
So Sean Stewart, left footer from 50. Kicks for goal. Doesn't quite make the distance. Push in the back, was it? Yes, it was. And it will be a free kick to Ryan in the last line of defence.
The very last line.
The very last line. Stephen Ryan.
Keith Buck there, the runner, with his hand bandaged up.
Yes. Out for another 6 or so weeks with a broken arm. Goes
broken arm, is it?
Yep. Dabrowski takes the mark from Ryan. Kicks it around the corner towards centre wing. Joseph attacks the footy. Needs somebody running past. It was Hoffman, but he's going to get ripped off the footy by Hawks. And he gives it away quickly towards Felicia. But Ryan, he knocks it. He takes the mark. And now he will cover from half back. Goes wide towards Jolly. He takes the mark. So he's getting plenty of possessions. Plenty of possessions at the moment.
Bit of a scuffle on the outside
there. It's been going for a while now.
Yeah.
Goes short to Johnson, takes the mark at centre half back.
It's heated over there too.
Oh, good kick to
There's
Morefoot. Well, this is what you have to do. Yep, they're going to kick a goal here because Morefoot was alone. He goes long towards Pedretti, who's got the sit at the back. Can't take the mark, needs a rover. Walters was one of them. And now quick hands was okay to Pedretti. Left foot kick towards the goal. Gavin, which way is he going to bounce? Backwards, in fact. And Hallam is going to tap it through, is he, for a rush behind?
Got a couple being sent off here.
A couple of yellow cards.
Well, it's out of bounds now, is it? Well, the umpire hasn't seen it, so play goes on. And now it is out of bounds in the left forward pocket for Anakie.
I think Hoffman's been sent off. Hoffy's been sent off. And
I thought one of the Werribee guys got a yellow card as well.
yeah, I think he's coming over behind him, jogging over behind him, I think. 1-on-1.
So it's going to be a boundary throw in. And it's Stewart.
If the ball's turned over now, comes in their direction, they'll let a contest it all.
The game should be held up.
Yeah,
It
well,
should be
sent off,
signalled
yeah.
to the other one.
Yeah.
There should be time on the line and
So it comes now out the back of the pack. Bissett goes in, can't take the ball with him. And it's going to be a ball up. And in fact, I think it might be Matthew Hallam who's been the one sent off for Werribee.
a bit battle scarred there too. He got the jumper ripped and
Yeah.
having a bit of fun over there, I think,
I
Gus.
see Hoffy waiting for him to actually walk off so that they had to both walk off together. Hoffy wasn't going to let him have that 10 yards extra on him from behind. He just sort of, that's what was going on. He didn't want to give him any playing time or playing space extra than what Hoffy was going to have himself.
Well, Kennedy has rushed it through for one behind, so it's 3-10-28. And Werribee 5-5-35. And after rushing it through, he will take the kick as well from full back. Kicks it down the middle. Poor kick in the end. Bromley can't take the mark. Gray taps it onto the advantage of Stewart. Runs from centre half back now and goes towards centre half forward with a good kick. But there's Jolly again, and he just chops it off. And that's where the loose man is. They've got to do something about that. I think Werribee, Jolly goes wide. Joseph taps it on. Dabrowski now at the fall of ball. Can't pick it up. And,
Pick up.
Kelbert can. And he's away. Goes to the left boot backwards towards Hawks.
Dangerous.
It's okay if it sits. It is. It gives it to Slavinkas. Watch this guy kick it. And goes high in the air towards full forward. Cunningham. More. Jolly. They line up. Jolly can't take the footy. Roved Kennedy. That's Michael. And goals.
Goal. Yes.
Actually, he's given Luke Bromley a run around a bit at this quarter. He's had plenty of the ball coming through the corridor. He just shows how far he's pushed down the forward line then finish up kicking a goal. But he's come through the corridor 3 or 4 times with the ball with a bit of pace and kick long. I don't think his disposal's been that sensational, but he's getting the ball to push forward.
So the 6th goal for Werribee. Michael Kennedy's second. And they're 6-5-41. They lead Anakie 3-10-28. Beaumont's Pies and Cakes second quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 23.5 minutes in the second term.
I suppose to Luke's defence here, he's dropped the mark at centre half forward, so his players run off him while he's contested the mark, and then Stewart's kicked long and down the forward line, and that's where it's basically eventuated from.
It's come undone.
Yep.
So it's back in the middle. Tate, Stewart. Stewart gets it down towards Bromley again and Kennedy. There's Hawks off the back of the pack. Goes to Skinner. Was going to kick and then dodges. Goes to the right boot long towards 2-on-1 again. Jolly. Cunningham from behind. Works his way to the front more. And also close to the boundary line was Luddick. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Says the boundary umpire. Says the goal umpire. And it is a boundary throw in.
Luke asked him what about his head there.
Yeah, it was a bit crude, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's going to be a throw in when the ball comes back.
I think the central umpire was watching the goal umpire then and might have just missed that high tackle.
Just lost his focus off where it was coming from.
Yeah. It was definitely high.
So it's going to be a throw in the right forward pocket for the Centrals. Cunningham against Moore. Falls to the back of the pack. Ryan and also Bromley. Ryan just taps it to his own advantage. He's got a couple against him though. One of them's Edgar. Close to the boundary line. He just drops it. Skinner's there. And he gets the kick away. Back in towards Cunningham, who takes the mark but has touched his play on. He has to break a couple of tackles and kick around the corner. And it's in towards the left forward pocket on this occasion. It's out of bounds on the full. And will be a free kick to Anakie in the last line defence to be taken by Shane Friday.
They got heaped down playing on the ball there.
Yeah, well, Hoffy being sent off, he was playing in the centre, I think. They've just brought Darryl down to take over the centre.
Centre roll while he's off.
In fact, it's going to be Jolly with the free kick in the back pocket.
Actually, I noticed there a couple of minutes
ago. Oh, he's kicked the ground there.
Sorry.
He has too.
couple of minutes into that second quarter, Darryl moved out to the pocket because that was the way the ball was going to be pushed with the wind when he got them couple of marks before. So
Calvert went with a very high kick. Bissett with a double fister. Just gets it away towards the boundary line, and Ryan. He's used his pace there. Got some support from Cummins as well. Turns back inboard. Gives it to Gillett. Going to be under pressure. The big man. He's got some support from Bromley, who breaks a couple of tackles. Goes to the right boot. Wide. Now it's Tate and Morley.
Bounce back.
And also Stewart there in support. He's got Skinner in the middle calling for it, but he goes to Morley, and then he goes around Joseph. So now Justin Morley from centre wing. Poor kick in the end. Goes towards Hawks. It sits for him all right. His handball didn't quite get towards Valisha, who picks it up. Handball back towards Kennedy. Back to Valisha. They're mucking around with it a bit on centre wing. Goes now towards Edgar at half forward, and he takes a good mark. Plays on quickly towards the big man Stewart against Ryan. He breaks a tackle.
Gets it. Stewart,
he does. Goes to the left boot inboard, looking for Cunningham, but he's got two against him all the time in this quarter. One of them Jolly, one of them Moore. And support from Gillett as well. A little left foot kick. Skinner has chopped it off and taken the mark in front of Johnson.
It's easy for us to sit here and criticise the kicking, but it's really essential on a day like today that when you drop the ball to your boot, you really concentrate, because the distance between your hand and foot, the ball actually moves. And I was just wondering there if that's one of the problems with Sean Stewart, because I noticed he just come from the boundary line there again and kicked poorly when he's normally a good kick.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a case of what's happening.
Well, Skinner's missed to the far side, so one behind to him. And to the Werribee Central's total, they're 6-6-42. And they lead Anakie 3-10-28. Beaumont's Pies and Cakes second quarter scoreboard. So it's 14 points the difference. And it's close to siren time for half time. Once again, we wait for the footy to come back from somewhere near the Corio turn-off, I would think.
They're near the Corio tip, I think.
Brendan Jolly's got it now.
Bissett short, look.
Bissett short, so he goes to the heaper.
That's
and
what
he
I was
takes
talking
it.
about in the first quarter.
Yep.
Just do the little things different. Sometimes it's worth the try.
How do you mark this?
No, he won't. Gillett. Kennedy off the back of the pack. That's Michael. Takes a bounce. Gets around one. Then gets around Joseph. Gets his hands away to Edgar. Gets it to Stewart. Nearly kick if he goes for one step. Goes long towards the goal square. Jolly in front. Cutting it from behind. Hits the behind post. Does it? No, it's touched. Yes, no, it's out of bounds now. The goal umpire certainly knows what he's doing.
I think they're putting Cunningham under a bit of pressure down there with the two blokes ganging up on him, with Blake playing loose cross half back. They've had plenty of the ball, so why play him across loose cross half back when you've got the two, you're Jolly dropping back, giving Chris Moore a hand back down there, so I'd be leaving as is.
Bissett with a big thump goes only as far as the boundary line of Musara. His kick across the face of goal, and there he is again, Jolly. This time in the right back pocket.
Getting back to what you're just talking about there, Bull, either that or the loose man's got to come down to half forward and try and drag Joel's out of the hole.
Yep.
Just take him across the ground somewhere and leave him 1-1 rather than just let him make a contest.
Yep,
on
for sure.
2-1.
Yep.
Short Shane Friday, and then to Darryl Bissett. Yeah. Now he switches play, the heap.
No.
Down the middle, poor kick straight to Stewart.
Well, he was playing interleague then, I think.
So that's probably Stewie's first mark, but he's picked up a lot of kicks around the ground, hasn't he? Just running around.
And his short little kick was okay to Robert Musara.
It's unusual to see like Heath kick a footy like that back through the corridor and hit someone else on the dip.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go wide.
There was one
wide
right
then.
out, push wide. I seen him out there. I thought that's where he's heading because I couldn't see him for the side of the canopy here. But when I seen it go to Stewie, I thought, what's going on here?
So Musara to push the lead out once again for Werribee. He comes in now from about 30 metres out, 3 on the mark. He's missed it badly. And 1 behind to the Central. So there's 6-7-43. And they lead Anakie 3-10-28.
So we've seen some very poor kicking for goal in the last 3 or 4 weeks by a lot of sides, haven't we, Jason?
Must be us.
And yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. But the conditions haven't been that adverse in the other games. I mean, there's a bit of slipperiness, and today's probably a reasonable excuse for the win. But we've seen poor for 3 or 4 games.
Well, Jolly kicked out then and only found Calvert, who pushed it back in with a very high kick and has put his forward line under heaps of pressure. And Chris Moore slits it over the boundary line there, about 35 metres around from the Central's goal. And it won't be too far away from siren time, 28 minutes gone. I just want to hold out here, the Roos. They're trailing 3-10 to 6-7, 15 points the difference. Ryan, close to the boundary line. Musara tries to tap the advantage of a couple of his teammates, and now it's out of bounds again. So the boundary umpire a bit more work to do. So Cunningham and Moore, full forward and the full back, up to do the ruck work. More foot over the back, and also Hawks and Dabrowski. And there's Stewart running through. Hawks has got it and then gets his kick away. And it's all right. Bissett runs back with a flight of the footy and can take the mark. Wants to switch play to Jolly, was going to, but now holds it up. I think he needs a better kick than the last one.
Yeah, I think he go long.
Get it out of defence. He goes now. Holds up in the breeze. From behind Pedretti's got it. And then gets his left foot to it as well. Got Joseph. And he can run. And he's got 50 metres. He's got the whole length of the half-forward flank. He can keep going. He's had a few bounces. He keeps going. Oh, the ball's just got to sit for him. He's catching up Valicia. He's got to kick the ball now. He does so. Oh, and he hits the post. Well, he did everything right there.
Yeah. Actually, the Werribee blokes didn't too bad. Even though Juddy had plenty of space to run down the ground, they've run back with their players to stop Juddy creating loose man and made the chase come from behind, which actually did happen. So they didn't do too bad in that contest. Juddy just a bit stiff hitting the post there.
Well, exchange of handballs is okay, and Kelbert's got it. He gets it on to Stewart. And the big man goes towards a vacant centre half forward position. Luddick comes out against Green. Oh, good pick up. Luddick gets a kick around the corner. Which way is it going to bounce? The right way, I think. Yes, it is, as the goal umpire goes A over T.
He didn't see that pine tree stump there under his foot. He's gone backwards and hit it with his heel and land on his backside.
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? Anakie got one end, hit the post. Werribee go up the other end, kick a goal.
Twice it's happened now this quarter.
And that is Luddick's second. And Werribee seventh. They're 7-7-49. And they now break open the game a little bit. They're 20-point leaders.
Good work by Simon Calvert there. He took a mark under pressure, fed the handball a bit out. Still under a little bit of pressure. And Sean Stewart's kicked the ball into the hole there where Luke's done that, as I said before earlier. He's very, very clever in tight situations, Luke. And the goal was a bit fortunate the way it bounced through. But never the purpose was there for it, for what he wanted it to do. So it's done the job.
So it's 3-11-29 Anakie. Werribee 7-7-49. And there is the siren. That will be half-time score.
And that means that was a very vital goal, that one just then.
For sure.
It certainly was. So it's 7-7 in that quarter. Werribee kicked 3 goals 3. Anakie 3-11. They kicked 2 goals 6. So you can just see a little bit of difference there. And Phil Gavin 4 behinds. And Paul Gillett 2. So a couple of blokes who had some opportunities. The goal kickers for Werribee in that first half, Mick Cunningham, Michael Kennedy and Luke Luddick, 2 each, and a single goal to Simon Calvert, while 2 to Darryl Bissett and 1 to Matthew Johnson for Anakie. So it's 20 points of difference.